I'm here in a garden in Frome on this lovely Wednesday night when I should be in Martock at a hustings of all the candidates in the general election. But that event had to be cancelled by the organisers, quite understandably, because they heard that all political campaigning had been suspended, and it might be suspended apparently until the end of the week. What we heard today was from David Warburton, the Conservative MP, that the word had come from Number 10 and from the parliamentary whips that there should be no campaigning today. And so there's been no leafleting, and there's been no opportunity for the people in Martock tonight to get to hear the other candidates holding David Warburton, our MP, to account for his role in the last 2 years of government. Of course, the political campaigning hasn't actually stopped. Every one of us on our way to work can see very clearly the propaganda, mainly in support of the government, in all the newspapers, on all the stands at the shops and the service stations. That propaganda, that campaigning hasn't stopped. But we're here waiting until we get the word that we can start the discussion again. And in the meantime, Theresa May, of course, who's been talking about strong and stable leadership, gets to actually look like she's strong and stable rather than weak and wobbly as she's been looking in the last few weeks, because the armed forces, our security personnel, our emergency responders have all been mobilising and doing what they can to make us know that our streets are safe. And they would have done that anyway. But now we're in the second day after that terrible and shocking event of mass murder, which needed a day for us to digest and to just come to terms with some of the grief we all felt. And for some people, of course, that's going to carry on now, not just for days or weeks, not even just for months, but for years to come. And they're going to need our support. But that doesn't mean that we need to stop now having the discussion that we have to have about the future shape of the country that we live in. How are we going to address these problems of division and extremism and isolation and mental health problems, which are leading to these terrible and senseless acts, killing people who we know and love? How are we going to end that? That's the kind of debate we actually need to be having now. And that's the kind of debate I hope is going to start again very soon. Because today, Green Party members in Frome and members of other parties were wondering if it was okay to put leaflets through doors. You know, when something like this happens, the politicians always say, we mustn't let this disrupt our way of life. We mustn't let them undermine our democracy, because that's what they want. And of course, that's perfectly true. But by suspending this election and by preventing people from hearing these discussions that we need to have to hold our MPs to account and to consider getting new ones, we are actually interrupting a vital part of our democracy. And that's why here in Somerton and Frome, we in the Green Party think it is time for us to begin campaigning again and having this discussion. Because how we react to an emergency like this is crucial to the safety and well-being of our children and future generations. We have to start discussing how we create again a cohesive society, a society where people don't feel alienated and desperate, and where we can work together building a common future, like the people in Manchester are trying to do now, and like I hope we're going to do after June the 8th here in Somerton and Frome.